unlike other facilities, uh, pharma is a highly regulated environment. When I say regulated environment, if you look at a conventional facilities, there are no laws of cleaning standards. There are no statutory laws. Okay, and however, in pharma, there is a governing body associated with every pharma. It could be MHRA, it could be FDA, etc., etc. So, in cleaning of pharma, there is a statutory implication. Now, the challenge is when it is outsourced. So, when it is outsourced, you need to be very careful about the fact that it's not another housekeeping guy or a rebadging staff which is coming to the facility and start mopping the floor. You need to understand that he is embedded with a law according to which he'll have to practice the cleaning regime or cleaning standard. Now, one of the major challenges which we face in pharma is the personal cleanliness part, which is a cornerstone of any pharmaceutical hygiene regime. Things what we are doing now post-pandemic, clean your hands and disinfect your hands. This is in vogue the last 2 years, but this is a done practice in pharmaceuticals. So the major challenge is on the personal cleaning part. If you look at any housekeeping agency, they just go and issue a 2 pair of uniform and then expect an employee to work 6 days a week. Then that brings to the second problem. Every pharma has a laundry associated with it. With this 2 pair of uniform, that's not going to work. Okay? So the benchmark for pharmaceutical cleaning are much higher than a conventional cleaning. You need to understand there's a difference between cleaning and sanitization. In pharma, you need to address both. What is that being manufactured in that pharmaceuticals? That also the direct implication of the cleaning practice. Is it an API plant, or it's a tablet plant, or it's a formulation plant, etc., etc. And most of the outsourced agencies are restricted to the peripheral of the production area. That means, okay, I'm a pharmaceutical guy, I'm okay to outsource to an IPC or an ISS or anybody else. But however, that person will only clean till the production area. Within the production area, which is my key area, I will have my own stuff. That doesn't work. That's a myth. Because what goes into the production area is actually manufactured outside. Could be lighting, could be pressure, could be air, could be any other utilities. So we need to break that myth. The standard, irrespective of who's manning it, an outsourced staff or in-house staff, it is from end to end. The cleaning standard has to be maintained for your production to be as per the regulatory guidelines. Now, most of the manufacturing facilities are at the peripherals of Tier 1 cities or in Tier 2 cities. Okay, which means I have abundance of local manpower available. These are those people whom you can't transfer. You can't pick up a housekeeper in Bangalore and expect him to perform in Baroda. That's not going to happen. Now, ISS in that way has got a substantial number of pharmaceutical facilities under them. And in 80-90% of the cases, we are primarily doing the cleaning part of it. Okay. When we get a new site, when we get into a new site, okay, most of the time, it's not workable all the time, but most of the time, what we do a permutation and combination of putting around 50 or 60% old trained resources with a combination of new hire. What happens is that works well. Okay. The bottom line still remains the same. Whether you use a microfiber duster or a cotton mop, what client wants is what is the surest way of assuring me that this place is 100% sanitized. So in ISS, what we did was we started doing ATP testing. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, which is so far in market is the surest form of assuring that this place is 100% sanitized or the microbial count has come down to a considerable extent. That's one thing which was started implementing. Now, usually in the first generation outsourcing, the client is very comfortable giving the cleaning of peripheral part, maybe some amount of pest controlling or dining services, security, transportation, parking management, and utility management. To some extent, waste management and logistics and etc. Because this is a low risk item, right? At the same time, when the client matures and the service provider also understands the client's demand, maybe after 3 to 4 years, we eventually see the second generation outsourcing, right? In the second generation outsourcing, the element of trust is already built. Now, I have seen clients which come back to me and say, listen, Vinod, I need to modify this facility. Can you also pitch into infrastructure management, minor projects, right? Can you also help me drive my sustainability goal? Can you also ensure, can you supply me laboratory boys who are actually working inside those controlled environments? Now, if you ask me, I think 100% engineering services, which may be the utility side, providing of infrastructure, that means clean air, air conditioning, temperature, humidity, all this are being outsourced and can be outsourced. Okay? What I have still not seen is the process equipments, which are these are not generic equipment, these are custom made. This is specially made to order equipment depending upon the production facility we have. And eventually we don't have such kind of expertise because these are tailor made for certain farmers. That is done by FSP, the OEM. But however, the routine maintenance, if trained, can also be undertaken. So we are talking about two buckets. One is this side of the yellow line, which are core utility equipments and the core cleaning part of it. And the second is the decision of crossing the yellow line and stepping into the core manufacturing facilities. This trend I have seen in second and third generation outsourcing pharmaceuticals. Okay, so there is a client with me who also asked me to calibrate those equipment, which is core manufacturing part, right? So we are going to take that as well. The future is bright.